So I wanted to talk to you today about fear, faith, and laughing your way through this crazy thing we call life, this illusionary dream world. And I'm also finally going to play a little Dulcimeditation for you at the end of the video, because so many of you have asked me in the comment sections and through emails if I would play this for you. There is a link below to my website where you can hear a whole lot more music and find out about other parts of my career, you know, my coaching and book and all that kind of stuff. So that's available to you. But I do appreciate all your comments, and thank you for all of you who have subscribed to the channel. I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't expect these videos to kind of take off as they have. So I'll keep showing up as long as you keep showing up, and we'll see what happens. So I want to tell you a cray-cray story about me that just recently happened, because it's a perfect example of fear. And I know better, by the way, because I teach this stuff, but still, the monkey mind loved to do what I call a jazz dance on this for a couple days. Every morning I get an email notification from the post office, and they tell me what's coming in the mail, letters or packages. And this particular day, I got an official notice from the IRS. Oh, my favorite people. So, of course, this came right before the weekend, and I had to wait 3 days until the letter finally showed up in my mailbox. So my thinking was, am I being audited? I'm going to have to call my accountant. What's this about? What is this going to cost me? And on and on and on. I've never had any trouble with the IRS. I don't particularly like them, and I don't know why. I've never met them. Can you imagine? But anyway, this letter comes, and it comes, of course, at 4 o'clock because the mail is late that day. And I open the letter, and there it is, a really official notice telling me that they have changed my mailing address. I moved like 11 months ago, and now they're telling me that they've changed my address. All right, so I figured, how much stinking thinking did I do on that over the weekend? 72 hours? I don't know. You know, I tried to put it out of my mind, but, you know, it's like guests I didn't invite. And that's all it was. And then they had the audacity of sending me a duplicate letter 2 days later, but that didn't bother. When we believe our negative thoughts, we suffer, even if there's no proof that they're going to happen. These are projections of the future. Oh, I know what's in that letter. Oh, I know what's going to happen with my job. They're laying off all these people. I know I'm going to be laid off. Oh, I know what that medical report's going to say. I have a cough, and I know it's cancer. We do this over and over and over to ourselves. Why? I think that we are just, in a kind of strange way, addicted to fear. What is fear? False evidence appearing real. That's the acronym. False evidence appearing real. We're afraid of lack of control. The greatest control, actually, is the lack of it. Let it go. Let come what comes, let go what go. We can't predict the future. We have no idea about the future. The past is over with, so we've got now. So the crazy thing is that if I didn't look at my email before the weekend, I would have never known that there was even a letter coming, and I would have just kind of done my thing during the weekend. But my mind got caught up in this whole drama that was totally unnecessary and unreal. I'm not saying that one shouldn't be concerned when they get a letter from, the IRS, or get a concerning, a medical report or something. But everything changes, and you just have to learn to kind of chill out, have some trust, and get through things. And to remember that when you believe your negative thoughts, you suffer. So you can ask yourself, do I absolutely know that that negative, horrible thing that's going to ruin my life is going to actually happen? Am I positive? Is there any doubt in the world that this is going to happen? And usually, you don't know. So until you do know, relax. This leads me into the subject of faith, and I'm not talking about religious faith. I'm not talking about spiritual faith. I'm not even talking about being an atheist. I'm talking about, my acronym for faith is finding an intuition that helps. Kind of common sense. Finding an intuition that helps. We have in us an inner voice. If we can shut the mind down long enough and be in silence and take a deep breath and just take a couple minutes in the morning or afternoon or before bed and ask ourselves what seems like a kind of a ridiculous question, but it's the greatest one I've come up with. I ask myself throughout the day, how you doing? How you doing, Kevin? And when I ask myself, when I listen to my inner guidance system, I'll hear things like, you're pushing things too hard, or you need to take a break, you need to go for a walk, or it's time to write a song, or it's time to make a video. That's what happened to me this morning while I was making coffee. I had no intentions of making this until this evening, but the intuition kicked in, and here I am, and here you are. So we have this kind of inner guidance system, this inner voice. It's really who we are, if you think about it. And it gives marvelous advice. We just need to learn to quiet the monkey mind, send it out for some bananas for a little bit, and just take 5 minutes. Get a cup of coffee, get a cup of tea, whatever it is that you like to drink or whatever it is, and shut your cell phone off. Don't look at your email. Just ask yourself, man, how you doing? What do I need to know? What can I do to get rid of the monkey mind and to be happier? What do I need in this moment? When you think about things like that, a lot of the things that we fear go away. And we're also addicted to this idea of more. We need more money. We need more, whatever it is that you're seeking. And often, and this really should be a separate video, so I'll just kind of glance over it. What we're looking for, or what we think we want, is really not what we want. What we want is to be loved. We want to be recognized. We want to feel safe. We want to feel whole. We want to feel home. And that's where whatever faith means to you comes in. Fear and doubt, negativity, stinking thinking is not our natural state. We are really spiritual beings having a human experience, as they say. You know, I saw one of my favorite comedians recently, Jessica Kirson, and she said at the end of her show something that stuck with me. She said, you know, life is so hard right now. Just keep laughing. And that stuck with me. And, you know, before I began to really make these videos, because this channel really used to be about my music career and life coaching and my book and all that stuff, I thought, how can I bring humor to this channel rather than be another, middle-aged guy on the internet, another influencer who claims to know things. And a lot of people like this, so I do it in this form, but I also developed something else to bring humor to your life and to mine. I began to kind of poke fun at my craziness, at the crazinesses of life, like cell phone etiquette and things like that. And what I did is I came up with a guru puppet, okay? A guru puppet. I have him here, if I can grab him here. I have him sort of turned around. I call him Guru Dulcimeditation. Oh, my poor Dulcimer. The reason I call him that is the 60s tie-dye shirt. I'm making fun of all the gurus in business suits from the 60s. And Dulce is short for dulcimer. And Bubba comes from the philosopher Alan Watts, who said, at some point, you're going to have a spiritual experience and meet a guru Bubba somebody. So I poke fun at life and myself with this guy. I came up with a separate playlist on my channel. It's just a puppet. Someone left a comment on one of my videos like, this guy is a devil worshiper. He's got a guru. He's wanting you to join his cult. Nah, it's a puppet. But he's funny and he makes people laugh. He makes me laugh. And he pokes fun at things. And it's wonderful to have seen people watch those little short videos I do with him and laugh. I'm not used to people kind of laughing because I'm a musician and, a fairly serious one, although I do tend to sing funny songs from time to time. But a comedian, I never thought of myself as. And it's a blast. And that's my way of sharing with the public and with myself the idea that don't take life so seriously. So many things are just a thought. I have a few friends that are like negative Nellies, God, if this politician gets in, we're ruined. The world's going to end. There's so many wars. We're about to blow up. Who wants to live in that thinking? You don't know what's going to happen. You have to trust. Do your thing. Vote. But why live in such negativity, man? It hurts. It just doesn't feel good. There's a story I have in my book about a taco stand. And I'll leave you with this little thought, and then I'll play you some relaxing music for a minute or so. So there's this taco stand here in San Diego. They have a lot of street taco stands, and they make really good tacos. And there were these three, I guess they were immigrants, I'm not sure, but they were older guys. They were sitting there eating tacos, drinking beer, and laughing their asses off. The first thing I noticed, besides how loud they were laughing, is that all three of them barely had any teeth. My father used to make dentures, so that's kind of the first thing I noticed when people kind of laugh or smile, Do they have all their uppers and lowers? Anyway, they were having a great time. And right next to them was a guy in a business suit pacing back and forth in front of his, Mercedes or I don't know what kind of car it was, Jaguar. It was a very expensive car. He had a very sharp looking suit on. And in one hand, he was holding a cell phone, and the other hand, he was holding his taco. And down the side of his hand, running down his arm, I thought was blood. And I associated it as blood because this guy was so pissed off at whoever he was talking to, and he was talking about money and investments. And then I realized it was really taco sauce. And I had an epiphany, and the epiphany was, money really doesn't buy happiness. What do these guys who look like they make like $10 an hour have going for them that this big shot doesn't? They had friendship. They probably have families that they love. People who don't have a lot of money learn how to live in the moment and enjoy what they have. I'll do another video at some point about finding unconditional love. I have some funny thoughts about that as well, connected to my dog. But a simple thing like a taco stand, which appears to me and will appear to you as well when you shut your mind down and you listen to your inner voice. These things are shown to us. These are little examples, little movies that show up in our life to show us things. And I think that once you realize that fear is false evidence appearing real so much of the times, ask yourself, if I'm afraid of this, do I really need to be afraid of this? Do I really know what's going on? Have some sort of faith. If it's religious, great. If it's spiritual, great. If you don't believe in anything, great. But believe in yourself. Believe in your inner voice. Check it with your gut. And if you need help, there's help out there, And laugh. Just laugh. Laugh through life. Things are funny. Nothing stays the same. This world is crazy, but you know what? It's always been crazy. We just have more media to let us know that it's just going full swing. At the time this video is being made, we've got this election thing going on. That's going to be over in a couple months, okay? I have my thoughts who I want to win, but either way, the world will continue. And one day, just like you, I'm going to die. And it's going to be over in a heartbeat. So I want to close this video with playing a little bit of this dulcimer. If you want to know more about dulcimers, you can go to my website. But if you can, if you're in a place that's safe, just kind of close your eyes. And I just want to play a little bit of an instrumental so you can listen to your inner voice and just ask yourself how you're doing. Okay? So I call this Dulcimeditation. So you can close your eyes or you can watch me, whatever you want to do. But take a deep breath and here we go. while I was playing that, because that was all improvised, what came to me through my inner voice was to play you a short sample of a Shaker song called Simple Gifts, which is really a beautiful song and actually fits perfectly with everything I've talked to you about today. You can find it. I think I've recorded it, but it's out there. It's a very well-known folk music song. So again, thanks for watching. I have some really exciting other videos coming up in the future. And go in peace, not in pieces. And I'm going to go and make another cup of coffee and ask myself how I'm doing.